washing the pears. Okay, well this is my little pear container, and I managed to find a few pears out there on the pear tree. And so what I did is I filled it up with water, and so I swirled it around, and you're getting all the stuff washed off of it. I've got my apples here. I've already been through a few of these, and so I found it's good to take excuse me, I said apples. These are pears. But take them, quarter them, and cut off the little pieces, the dark pieces that are undesirable. Now I'm leaving the seeds in there. I know it'll supposedly give it more tannins, but that's okay. So I've experimented a little bit, and I found that here's a good way to go about the grinding. And let me just review the grinder that I've got here. This is a garbage disposal, and it has a down tube right here that goes straight into our bucket. And you can see some of the stuff I've been grinding already. I've rigged up an on-off switch over here to make it easy. So let's grind. It's good to put one in at a time and have another one right behind it to prevent splatter. And then you can see, as it grinds, we'll get some output. Okay, pressing the cider. This setup I kind of concocted out of things I had around. Then this is just a mold. We're going to take this and we're going to use this to mold a batch of the pear pulp press. So with that, let's get with it. This is just regular cheesecloth I got from a homebrew store. We'll spread that out like that. Tuck it in. Alright, now we're ready to add. Alright, let's scoop this in there. See what we've got. A little bit more. Now, by the way, I did go to the trouble of cleaning everything. All the wood that I used, I bought it from a hardware store, and I made sure that all the wood is clean, food compatible wood. You know, we've already got cider flowing now. So I'm going to take the form off there. Set that aside. Now I'm going to take the crash. I'm going to put it on here. And I'll try to center it as good as I can on the cheesecloth. Alright, definitely got the angle correct on that one. I started out with, this is I believe a 7-gallon pail, and I had it about more than 5, call it 6 gallons worth of pulp in there. And so we put it through our squeeze process, and so we went into this 7-gallon carboy, and I'd call that, about halfway, call it 3.5 gallons. So anyway, we got a little bit better than 50% yield on it, and the rest of it went into the compost heap. Now we have our cider press, and it came out a little bit browner than I was expecting. This is pear cider. So anyway, this is what we got. Now the recipe calls for 1 gallon of juice to add 1 pound of sugar. So this is a 10-pound sack, so I'm just going to ballpark adding half this bag. So to that end, here we go. Alright, there we are. Next ingredient is the yeast. And this is a Red Star yeast I got from the homebrew shop. So, here we go. Now some of the guides that I see, they say that when you add yeast, you should take a stick and give it one swirl of the stick to mix it. Of course, other ones I've seen, they say you grab the whole bottle and you shake it. So I don't know. I don't know one from another, but I guess a swirl is going to be probably a good thing to do. So there we are. And the next thing is attach our clean, bacteria-free vapor lock, and voila, we let it brew. Update on fermentation. The fermentation seems to be going very strong right now. As you can see, the swirling bubbles in there, and then also the vapor lock is clicking away at pretty good speed. Yeah, this is one thing. This is the reason I put it in a sink, because in the past I've seen where cider would just boil over, because if the bubbles, if it starts getting too much viscosity, it'll make sticky bubbles that'll go up and actually get into the vapor lock, and it'll start causing it to flow over, and you'll get the sides of the container of the carboy all coated with sticky, bubbly goo from the fermentation. Pear cider. Alright, I think it's finished now. Let's have a look. This is the carboy, and you can see, well, maybe you can't see that well, but this is pretty clear here now. We have a lot of sediment down in the bottom. It seems to have settled out quite a bit, and you can see on the side of the glass where during fermentation the bubbles came up high over here. So after I thought it was going to ferment for quite a while, but it only seemed to take like one weekend to totally ferment out and quit bubbling. But I left it here for about another 2 weeks in order to let it settle out. So next step, bottling. To that end, I have freshly sanitized bottle caps. We have a funnel, and also the other equipment here. This is going to be a we're going to put our priming sugar in there. We're going to rack it in there and then put our priming sugar in there, and from there we're going to go put it into the bottles. Now we have the cider is being racked. We're racking it out this tube, and it's going into this other bucket. I have a little clip here I bought from the homebrew store. It comes in very handy because this tube tends to be hard to handle. If you don't have that clip, then you have to stand there and hold it, and so this is very, very handy. And you want to keep it off the bottom of the fermentation tank to keep from picking up the sediment from the bottom, the stuff that's settled out, so that we just get nice clear brew in there. So we're going to transfer this into this bucket, and then we're going to add the priming sugar, and then from there, then we'll go ahead and bottle it. Alright, now we're getting to bottling. And what I did is I racked all of the pear juice into this container, added about 2 cups of sugar for priming, and I have this tube right here which goes to a bottling wand. And this is a really neat device. It's got a little button on the end that when you press it down like this, then it lets the fluid flow. Otherwise it shuts it off. So we fill one bottle at a time, just like that. Hold it down until it fills up, and then move on to the next bottle. And just for time's sake, I'll show you the caps. We take a sterilized cap, put it on there, right in our capper, and then give it a good press. That's it. Bottled cider.